friend Jason Boyette is back in today to talk about his weekly podcast, Hey Amarillo. He's got a great guest this week. We had him on the show earlier this week, but you have even more insight than I was able to get out of him. So I'm excited to listen to this week's show.
Yeah, so it's Koben Puckett. He's got his big Koben Puckett Invitational PBR event coming up this weekend. Actually, tomorrow, Saturday. And Koben, I've known him for several years.
Yeah.
So I interviewed him for Amarillo Magazine. I think it was back in 2016, and it was about the progress he'd made, a lot of the stem cell therapy he was doing, and you know he was a professional bull rider,
right?
Was up and coming in that circuit when he was in his late teens, had a big accident, ended up wheelchair bound, a quadriplegic at the time, broke his spine, all kinds of stuff. And so when I first met him, it was about 8 years after that.
Okay.
He was in a wheelchair. It was an electric wheelchair, so he could kind of maneuver himself around, but had still very limited mobility with his arms, definitely not his legs. A great guy. We talked about what he was doing, about his foundation.
He has a sweet heart. You can tell that his heart is good as gold.
Just, I mean, lifetime cowboy, a kid who dreamed of being a bull rider and got his first taste of success, and like that dream kind of died with him. And so we talked about that several years ago. Then I wanted to tell his story because it's still a very inspiring story.
I agree.
You know, as part of the podcast, he lives in Canyon. He's really involved in the community. And so we meet to do that. 3 years later, he wheels himself in using his own hands.
Yeah.
You know, he's got so much more mobility than he had even 3 years ago. And it's the result of the stem cell therapy he's doing. He's got a crazy hard work ethic just in working out his body. He's made so much progress in 3 years. And 3 years ago, he said, yes, I'm a paraplegic, but it's temporary.
Right.
He planned to move beyond that.
Yeah. And I think he still anticipates moving further as well.
Right. I mean, he tells me this way that he kind of ramps up, he meets sort of a plateau in his development and his growth, and then he busts through that and goes even further. And he just sees that as a long process of recovering from that injury as a bull rider, and, you know, someday to stand again, to walk again on his own, to be out of that wheelchair.
I did not realize he was essentially a paraplegic from the accident. And when he came on the show and he wheeled himself in, I mean, I didn't notice anything about it necessarily until you told me that. And I think that's really, really fascinating and such an inspiring thing.
Yeah, after the accident, the doctors told him, you're a quadriplegic. Like, this is all you're going to have.
Right.
When I met him, he was a paraplegic.
Right.
And now he's moving even beyond that.
That's crazy.
And so it's a real testament not only to the medical world today, but also how much his drive, and especially getting back involved in the professional bull riding circuit, has really kind of fueled a lot of this development. And he says, you know, he began his event to kind of fund this foundation to help other people like him. And he said just getting back into that world helped his attitude so much, and his outlook and his excitement, that's a big part of his progress.
That's what I think too. I mean, if I got injured on doing something that I was passionate about and I couldn't do it anymore, I don't think I would go and raise money via that, that venue.
Well, it would be heartbreaking. I mean, every time you see it, you see what you're no longer available to do.
But he doesn't see it that way. He's just happy to still be involved in it, and I think that's so great.
Well, and I think for him, it's even a goal. Like, he sees that as, that's still part of his life. That's still part of his identity, is as a cowboy, as a bull rider, even though he's in a wheelchair now. And so his outlook, just despite all these things he's been through, is so encouraging. He's such a big fan of Amarillo and Canyon and this community, the culture here. It was a really fun interview with him.
Really, really cool. Okay, so how can we listen?
Okay, listen to it. Go to heyamarillo.com. You can look up Hey Amarillo on the podcast app of your choice. Search for it. You should be able to find it. Subscribe. And, go out to the Koben Puckett Invitational this weekend. It's
this weekend, and you can get your tickets at panhandletickets.com. It's out at the Amarillo National Center out at the Tri-State Fairgrounds. So good time for sure. Thanks for stopping by today, my friend. We appreciate you. Stick around. We've got more Studio 4 after this short break.